His action on the H-1B visa, I have found, I shockingly, I support.
Do we have, is that $100,000 thing, is that like confirmed? Is that 100%? Or is that like still another talking idea thing that might happen in 2 weeks?
So it's very likely going to happen.
Okay.
We've seen a reaction kind of across the nation and some other countries as well. Living here in, the Bay Area, this is something I see directly, and I know quite a few people with this visa as well. There are a few things that are concerning. I've looked at the numbers, and of the recent data that is available, 75% of those who work in tech, and when I say tech, I'm talking about the large companies that are here. 75% of these workers are indeed H-1B workers. Now, the H-1B visa was designed
Is
for...
that true? 75% of all tech
Yes,
workers in the United States?
That is, according to the most recent data available. We have a room full of smartphones. Oh, sorry. We have a room full of smartphones. I encourage those to Google it. I may be wrong, but the last time I checked, which was the data that I had was pre-COVID, that's what I saw.
Okay.
And so, with surrounded by world-class universities and a lot of grads who struggling to get jobs, and computer science is not exactly unpopular. Why can't these companies hire more American workers? What's going on here? I think disincentivizing them, relying on H-1B is ideal. And if it's this $100,000 way, then so be it.
So I mean, like, we can always like cut some like foreign workers to increase wages for domestic workers. I'm pretty sure that number of H-1Bs is like under 20%. Just on a cursory Google glance, 75% that's a lot.
The last time I read it was 75.
That's
is
a
that
lot
not
of
confirmed?
That's a lot of H-1B workers. That sounds like a Trump stat. But also, okay,
so
but wait, here, but I'm
75
I'm curious to test just on this like idea. Real quick, what industry do you work in?
If I am incorrect, I work in analytics.
Okay. Do you think that you should be kicked out?
Well, I'm not H-1B.
No, but you're part
I
of the
have one
country. You're
parent.
born in Canada.
One parent from each country.
Okay. Said you were from Nova Scotia.
Indeed. Right. My father's American, mom's Canadian.
Okay. Well, Indeed is a hop and a skip from Indian. So I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Let's say that we got rid of H-1Bs and we also said no more dual citizen fuckers. Okay, wherever you were born or whatever, that's where you are.
Yeah, but like, if there was some like measure of like, wow, dual citizens sure are causing a lot of problems. Like,
But you are, right?
I would
Like, you're
say-
here taking a job from an American that could have that job, right?
Oh, that's a good one, Destiny. Maybe, but like, I don't think that, like, given the nature of the H-1B visa itself, right? It was designed for really hard to fill positions in which there are no American applicants available. That's not what it's being used for. Like, and we have like, and there are places out there like hospitals and stuff that need very specific doctors who have very specific credentials. Pediatric oncologists who can work in cardiac surgery, whatever. Yeah, sure. But for what it's being used for now, it's just being misused. And I think Trump finding a way to disincentivize that was shockingly something I agreed with him on. I didn't vote for him, but I agree
Okay,
with
I don't
that.
believe any of this. Okay, here's an issue. Okay, nothing that has ever been said about conservatives makes sense. Okay, have you heard of the fucking fence post in the forest or whatever? Do you know what this thing is?
Do not.
Okay,
Go ahead.
you're wandering in the fucking forest. I guess you're on LSD or whatever. Okay, and your liberal friend sees a fence post and he's like, "Oh my god, I don't know what this is here for. Let's fucking take it out." But your conservative friend sees it and he's like, "Well, it's been here for a long time. It's probably here for a reason." And like, this is like Chesterton's fence that liberals want to upend and destroy everything, and conservatives want to maintain and conserve or whatever, right? Okay, why is it that when a conservative finds like some process that they don't like the immediate go-to is to dynamite and destroy the entire fucking thing? It makes me believe that they don't actually care whether the process was like problematic or not. They just hate the whole thing in and of itself. Because anything in life doesn't work. The first thing you would do is you would try to fix it, or you would do something to like alleviate the issues if you thought there was anything beneficial there. Now, if you thought the whole thing was trash, then you would just get rid of it. So like if we think this, so H-1B workers are supposed to be, you're supposed to make a good faith showing effort to the government before you apply for an H-1B visa that you've tried to fill the position. So if people think that that's not happened, then why not change, I guess, whatever we feel like they have to do to demonstrate to the U.S. government that they tried to fill this position and they haven't been able to?
I agree with that, actually. The thing is, nobody's doing it, so yes, I don't think we should throw the system away.
But isn't that kind of what Donald Trump's, like $100,000 or
So-
whatever? Isn't that kind of what he's doing?
Yes, but it's the only, this is the only time this attention, a president has paid attention to this. Biden hasn't, he'd never said anything regarding that.
I don't believe this.
never.
I don't think you're just really a real human saying this to me on stage right now.
Wait, so
because you would
can
never.
wait,
ever-
so when did Biden ever address H-1B?
I don't fucking know. Probably not.
No, he did not.
Okay,
And
but,
so,
but no,
so
but that's not
did
what I don't
Obama?
believe. That's what
no,
I'm not.
like
That's
so,
what I'm not. That's
yeah.
what I'm not believing. Okay,
What?
what I'm not believing is this idea that it's this weird argument that's wheeled out where, well, at least he's doing something. So the fuck what? Like just
Yeah,
because
it's-
there's a problem and somebody does something doesn't mean that the thing they're trying is automatically respectable or good. Right,
I
there are
think it's an
you've heard the
effort
saying you're only making it worse, right? Like that could be a thing.
Yes,
no?
okay, could he have gone through Congress and passed H-1B reform
Not gone through
or
Congress,
something like that?
but
I don't-
had a brain processing the problem and actually figure out well, what the fuck is the actual solution?
Do
What
you
is the
think he
problem?
sat in a room and came up with this in 5 seconds?
Probably. I think that probably Stephen Miller said, "Fuck Indians. I don't like these, Pajeets or whatever the fuck, and
okay.
we're gonna get rid of them by doing this H-1B thing."
Well,
and then
I
Trump
don't-
was like, "Whoa, explain this to
I
me."
don't-
And in between all those fucking orange pasty tans or
I
whatever,
don't- you
he
know-
signed some fucking EO. You had no idea what he said or what it meant. Yeah, probably.
I don't know if it was exactly targeted at Indians, so to say. But
Sorry,
but,
I have a lot of Canadian friends who hate Indians, so.
No, I think Indians are lovely.
But I think don't Indians also don't they make up the lion's share of H-1B tech workers? I think
yes, they make up. I'm sorry,
they do. Yes, yeah.
65. You said the majority. So they make up the majority. So over half. And I do know that the Indian government did make a response to Trump's proposal on this, and they were like, this is going to hurt our economy. We get a lot of money for people who send money back, and I hate to see the ripple effects indeed. But however, it's nothing else is being done, and so. It kind of pushes one to think if I'm on the left and this is something that bothers me, and nobody is doing anything about it, I'm gonna think to myself, okay, well, this is something. This is the first time I've ever seen the issue addressed, and living here, it's a very kind of present issue, and especially with the high, the issues that are in this area.
Do you know who Uncle Adams is?
I do not. Who is Uncle Adams?
Don't worry about it.
Very well.
I can't engage with this argument because I still don't believe this is a real argument.
What do you not believe is real about it?
I don't think there's any other circumstance in life where you would accept any effort towards a problem, even if it made the problem worse, just because somebody's acknowledging it's a problem.
Destiny, how is this making it worse?
Because he's effectively just blowing up the H-1B system without running this through
So,
Congress
well,
in any
won't
way,
affect
shape, or form.
current
Meaning it might
holders,
just be
so
what?
it won't affect current holders. Those who hold it now will not have to pay the $100,000 fee.
Sure.
It's a feature of applicants.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's blowing up the program and it's going to cause
Well,
mass.
I imagine no one's probably going to apply for it in the next 3 years or whatever.
Do you think no one will apply?
For $100K?
There will be people who.
Is it?
have
I'm
the
sorry,
ability.
I've actually not hired H-1B. Is it $5,000 for the app or is it more? Does anybody know? Then
It used to be about
what?
$5,000. It was
It's about
about $4,700.
okay.
So,
So
yeah.
I don't know, for $100K, that's a big ROI. You're going to need to.
But the H-1B was designed for exceptional talent. If they're exceptional, then they must be worth it.
I don't think H-1B is exceptional talent. I think it's just to fill positions.
Or highly needed talent.
Could be-
right?
yeah,
So
like
if
if
they're
the position
really,
you
really
can't fill
needed,
in
you
the
can't
US.
find anybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
You're gonna. There is gonna be ROI there. There's gonna be they're worth this investment. We can't find
Well, but
anyone
the
else
ROI
in the country.
needs to be
There's
a
no
lot
American.
higher. The ROI needs to be a lot higher now than it was before, right?
Yes, but it's still doable. It's still something these mega corporations can afford if they wanted to. But
Well, sure, it'll just mean
it'll
higher cost of
disincentivize
whatever
it.
things.
It'll disincentivize it a little bit.
I mean, it can. I think that right now, right now we're having tech hiring problems, okay? But but these fuckers had fucking amazing jobs for a long time, okay? Fuck these guys, okay? These guys got hired in COVID. Comp sci graduates had a fucking 0.9% unemployment rate, okay? When these guys tell you about their struggles, all right, there's Hassan talking about how his, his Tibetan monk dog, his dog food costs $7,000 a month, or that his pants cost, too many mortgages or whatever, right? Tech workers will come out and say some wild shit I just graduated from college and I can't find a single company willing to hire me at $125K a year. It's ridiculous, okay?
Okay.
I hate tech workers. Fuck
There
all
we
of
go.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, boomy motherfuckers. Fuck you. But what I'm saying is that, okay, and the honest ones will tell you that, like, especially like during COVID, I think in the period post, there is a huge rush to hire tech workers.
Yes.
And then there was a pretty brutal correction where a lot of them got laid off. And then I think around like 2023, I think this like picked up again. And then I think as of recently, there's been another kind of like layoff. And now we're like, I don't know if we're going to like, but like in the ebbs and flows, like you're going to hire H-1B workers because you just don't have the American workers to fill it. But then like when you have the ebb and then the flow and you lose workers, you're probably going to work harder to maintain, I would guess maybe the H-1Bs is because you pay the application fee, everything else. So like
yes,
the
but
percentage
also
might be higher, but yeah.
it's unfair for the H-1Bs because they're beholden to their employer. If they get fired, they get deported. It's a package deal. So like they
How many fucking people working in San Francisco are like, oh my God, like I'm a slave to fucking Amazon or AWS
Well,
and now I'm
like-
going to be deported. I just want to go back home to the fucking...
Well, no, like if you hold an H-1B,
I'm sorry. I'm just saying like these
if
people
you
take
hold
these jobs for a
H-1B visa,
reason.
But if you hold H-1B visa, like the company has extreme leverage over you.
Yeah,
Like,
every fucking
they
employer does. Welcome to
Not
fucking
if you're an
capitalism.
American. If you're an American citizen, you can say, "I'll walk," and you can walk. That's you have the right to. This is California, at will employment.
Can't you leave for H-1B?
Well, we have Medi-Cal in California, so indeed,
It's complicated.
So,
They can enslave you if you're an H-1B.
You have to be. Your employer sponsors your visa, so you have to.
You might
be
have to pay
tied
back-
to an
yeah, sure, it's
employer,
gonna be a bigger
or else
commitment,
your
sure.
visa is rendered invalid. And with this president, you will get deported.
I'm just saying that like they're making these decisions for a reason, right? Like I don't think like people are acting like the H-1B system is like the fucking guys in Dubai whose passports are being taken from them, you know, putting like 10 people in a shack. Like I think H-1B people like it's weird. This argument is not real. This is not real either. This is not a real argument. Like no
What's
conservative
not
believes.
real about
No,
this
it's like
argument?
when conservatives like we're kicking all the illegal immigrants out because we're saving these poor children from being
No, it has
fucking
nothing
sex
to do about-
trafficked.
I'm not concerned
okay?
about
No,
illegal
but I'm saying like you're saying like
immigrants.
these H-1Bs, these poor H-1Bs are being enslaved, and that's what we're doing a favor
Well,
for
no,
them.
that's one of many issues with this program.
It's not an issue with the program.
Okay, so
Overwhelmingly,
you-
people
you
with H-1Bs,
can-
I don't think they're like, oh my God, I'm in America and I'm being
well,
enslaved by my fucking tech company mastermind.
Stephen, I never said overwhelmingly. I'm
just saying I don't think it's a
simply
problem. I think it's a
saying
part
that
of
it
it,
is
yeah.
indeed a problem.
I don't think it is.
And you simply don't think it is?
No.
Why not?
Because I think that they're probably in all of the Indian society or whatever for people that
Why
are
must they be Indian?
because I think overwhelmingly for the tech industry, I think that's like the largest representation of them.
Okay, we'll
Or
go
but
with
anybody
that.
that's
We'll go with
applying
that.
for an H-1B,
Indi-
right?
okay.
For anybody that's applying for an
India, East
H-1B,
Asia, okay.
they're probably, my guess is, probably some of the more highly educated people in those countries because they've got
Yes.
the technical know-how to apply for an American job and they've got the willingness to move to America, right?
Okay.
So they're probably some of the most privileged class, meaning in their countries, they probably have a much higher choice of jobs they could work, but they're not going to pay as well. And they're making the choice to apply for the H-1B and come to the United States or whatever and work here. So I doubt in general that these people are like enslaved by their masters to do work. And
okay.
Like, it's like a minor
I don't
annoyance.
know. Enslaved is a bit.
I'm sorry, I'm using hyperbolic language. I think
But
most of them
they
prob-
are literally contractually beholden to the employer.
Yeah,
Right?
but like, I understand,
If the
but like-
employers just started doing them wrong in some kind of way, there are any sort of, we know that these companies are not altruistic, right? They're going to do
I
their.
understand. It's just like a con for a benefit, right? But it's like a very minor con, and people choose the benefit. Are you familiar with like the concept of tuition reimbursement?
No.
Okay, so the way that I've heard it works generally is when I work at the casino, they offer this. You let's say you're at a job, and they'll say, hey, if you want, you can go and get a bachelor's or a master's degree. We'll pay you more, and we'll even cover the cost of your tuition.
Okay.
But you got to work for us for 3 to 5 years or whatever. Otherwise, when you leave, you got to pay us back the cost of your tuition, right? I mean, so like on the way,
Puts
you're
you
kind of
in
like
debt.
on the hook, but it's like a huge benefit. A lot of people like accept that and pursue that, and they are okay with that. And I guess theoretically, your boss could treat you like shit, but nobody would ever say like, well, if we got rid of tuition reimbursement, at least we wouldn't be beholden to our masters because we are, on the hook for this tuition. They'd say like, well, that was a big benefit, and there is a con.
All right, you get the final
Wait,
word,
here,
my
let him.
friend.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Finish your train of thought, Gary. Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, here, how about this? The vast majority of H-1B holders are happy to have H-1Bs, right?
maybe. We don't know. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Why do they apply for them?
Well, they
This isn't
apply
a real-
for them for money. I mean, right? A lot of us take jobs we don't really like so we can make ends meet. But I'm saying, like, they apply for them because they want the job. Yes, they want the job.
Okay.
That's their goal.
Okay.
Indeed.
And now we're making the program virtually unusable, or it's going to be exceptionally.
We're making the
Gated.
we're making the program less accessible. I'll
Okay.
agree. Yes.
All right. And ostensibly, we're doing that, I guess, for the domestic American worker, I guess.
That's what I'm choosing to believe. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I can't read Trump's
Well,
mind.
no, I will
and
say,
I don't like
no,
the guy,
I mean,
but
that's a stated
I
reason.
like the policy.
That's a stated
But-
reason, and I agree that's why, right? It's a protectionist immigration
Yes,
policy
to-
to protect your domestic labor, and
Indeed.
maybe in certain times, I guess this is all I'll say. Okay, if you were concerned about the H-1B program, then I feel like you would look at I feel like I've only done this one time, and so many claims about this are so overblown in terms of how many people are participating and what companies have
Yeah,
to
I
do
mean,
to,
that's 75%.
But what I'm saying is
figure
what
was
you would say
pretty
is
bad.
okay, well, if there is I think that H-1B program is being abused too much by corporations, so I'm going to put these new guidelines in so that it's not being abused as much, right? If the graduation rate of some sector is too low, or if I don't think you've done a good faith showing and trying to hire people, or we're going to even make a public portal for people that are applying for H-1B jobs to have American jobs or whatever, or American employees looked at first. This is a person who sounds like, oh, okay, well, this guy probably wants to, modify the H-1B system.
Yes.
When I see Trump come in and do this wacky and wild $100,000 limit where fucking people didn't even know the implementation, you had people trying to grab plane tickets, come back, nobody even knew what the fuck this looked like because you've got this senile fucking moron on stage, signing an EO, he doesn't know what it does, and no one even has any guidance on it. This is like a deeply unserious approach to this problem, and I'm not going to give him good credit for approaching it just because it's a problem nobody else was acknowledging. And I feel like that train of thought would carry over to every single other problem in your life. You would never accept somebody approaching a problem you have in a horrible way just because at least they're saying something about it.
Okay. I could.
All right.
All right,
Put your hands together for our friend here. It was a great run.
Thank you.
And how about everyone's hero of the night, Stephen Bonnell Desi, Donald Trump's worst nightmare. Oh, yeah. All right. We're going to transition to the post show, poster signing. The lineup is going to start right off the edge of the stage right here, and it's going to go all the way around. Security will help you in where the lineup needs to go. So listen to security. As you go by the bar, grab yourself a drink. It's going to take a little while to get through everybody. But we're going to do our best to keep things going. Craig, up in the booth, if you could hit us with some funk music, that would be fantastic. Crank it.